In my recent videos, we talked about Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, my cousin's former chain, and how I tried to be their spokesperson. And I want to clarify a few things on here before people say things that they want to say or get defensive and try to defend me or whatever it is. I tried to be their spokesperson. On TikTok a couple years ago, you might remember me for bringing in millions of views for Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. I was advertising their locations, their history, their food. I kept saying that it's the only restaurant made by the Colonel's family that still does it the same way, because I was under that impression. So that's how I advertised it. So I signed one contract with them that November of the first year I was talking about them. And it was only to do a short video congratulating franchisees on their hard work and encouraging them to keep doing what they're doing. The video that I made and the contract that I signed specifically stated that I was not being made a spokesperson at the time, that this just made me a member of the Lee's family. And I agreed to that. I had no problem with that. But after I saw the millions of views that I was bringing in, the many customers that I sent to Lee's, and the lives I was touching by reaching out and giving them a good place to go eat, I knew what my worth was. Now, at the time, Kentucky Fried Chicken wouldn't give my family the time of day. I was completely ghosted by them, ignored by them for many years, and they refused to work with the Sanders and use them in their advertising, but they wanted to bring back the original Sanders as actors. And I didn't agree with that at the time, and my experiences with the brand at the time were horrible, so I didn't have anything too nice to say about them. So I was working for free for Lee's, and it was my own stupidity because I allowed it to happen. After so long of doing that stuff, I decided I wanted to be their spokesperson, ran a whole campaign. I know that's not how this kind of job works. I don't really know how you get that position to begin with, but I was in contact with Stoneward, their social media company. And their social media company sent me a message saying that they were working out a deal with their clients at Lee's, and they would circle back with me. And I have all these messages saved on file in case it's ever challenged, because I know the truth and my followers know the truth. And I was always ghosted with an update. I would always ask them, it's been a couple weeks, do we have an update? And they would read it and ignore it. But they did not hesitate to ask me to reach out to my famous mutuals. And I have a lot of those on TikTok and some on Instagram. And one of them is not a mutual, but they asked me to reach out to Keith Lee to make a video to encourage my followers, at the time 300,000 of them, to reach out to Keith Lee and have him try Lee's. And my stupidity and my honesty, I did it. I reached out. I don't know if he ever tried it or not. I used my platform, my clout, my attention I was getting to better the company. And we brought them 12,000 new followers on TikTok. And they were making more videos. I got 2 letters from Stoneward, their social media company, thanking me for the work that I was doing, because it was making their job more fun. And I finally got fed up with it, doing it for free, not getting an update. My followers were fed up. They wanted an update. They wanted me to be hired by Lee's. They loved the idea that a company that was created by the Colonel's family would use a Sanders as a Kentucky Colonel as their spokesperson or in marketing in any way, shape, or form, especially since at the time Kentucky Fried Chicken refused to. So that was the whole campaign. And I ran that. And we did really well with in terms of outreach and getting people's attention. We did so good that the Kentucky Colonels recognized Aaron Lee Cummings, my cousin, as a famous Kentucky Colonel. And they added him forever to the famous Colonel listing. I got to meet Lee's family, my cousins, that I absolutely adore. Now, one of my goals got met. The family is involved now. Lee's side is involved with Lee's, as they should be. I was ghosted on an answer. And I finally gave them a deadline, and I told them, by this time, if you don't give me an answer, I'm going to assume it's a no, and I'm going to pack my things, and I will not do another video for you. They waited until 8 p.m. that day for the vice president of marketing of Lee's, not Stoneward, of Lee's, to finally reach out to me, Dan Sokolick. And he kindly reached out to me with an honest email telling me that they never had any intentions of hiring me. They said their budget is very low compared to Kentucky Fried Chickens. They appreciated my support, and they hoped that I continued to support them. And they were honest. They were honest to me. They told me the true intentions. And with Stoneward, They did not. They hid the intentions. My honesty, wanting to do things on a handshake, allowed myself to stupidly do free work. It was my fault, not theirs. If you were a company and someone was offering to do free work for you and they were willing to do it, would you take advantage of it? Absolutely. It's the world we live in today. It's just how it is. I left with a very valuable lesson not to do anything without a contract. I signed one contract with them and everything else was free will. So from now on, if you have a platform and somebody wants to use that platform, you charge them for that platform or you don't give them the time of day. I want to make it clear, I have no problem promoting a location like the Sanders Cafe that did something really good and gave me a good experience. I have no problem promoting that. I have no problem free promotion of my family history and Kentucky Fried Chicken, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, and all the restaurants that are involved in this family. I have no problem talking about those at all. I will not do what I did with Lee's again, though. I will not consult with customers, reach out to thousands of people, telling them where to eat, where the locations are, what their hours are, what their contact is, what their menu is, whether they accept coupons or not. I will not take complaints and send them to the right people. I had a link and a phone number to send to my followers who did have a complaint or a review they wanted to leave. And it was Stoneward's job online to do that, to reach out to the customers, take their complaints, answer their questions. And I was doing that, and I was sending them to Stoneward. I was doing their job for them. Again, willingly. They didn't force me to do this. They just knew that they could manipulate me and get me to do it because I was willing. And that would be the argument. If I were to take them to court, which I'm not going to do, that would be the argument. The judge would say, well, you did this all on your own accords. You signed a contract. They said you weren't going to be a spokesperson due to that contract. Like, that contract did not state I would be a spokesperson. Everything else I did, I agreed to do. That's on me, not them. Absolutely. And again, that's the world that we live in. I appreciate the lesson that they taught me. They taught me that we can't do it on a handshake, do it on a contract. They did teach me how to be more confident. They did teach me how to speak to customers. They did teach me how to be a spokesperson. Because through them, all that work that I put into it taught me who I can be. All that work that I put into it, Kentucky Fried Chicken reached out and they invited to talk with me in Corbin. After we talked in Corbin, we have been great ever since. It just happens after I did all that free marketing at Colonel Fest for Lee's. I did the free marketing for Lee's in Corbin's location in Kentucky. Lee's separated ways with me. We went our different ways. Kentucky Fried Chicken stayed in contact, though. Not corporate. A very well-renowned franchise, JRN, stayed in contact. But we're hoping that that opens a door for corporate. If I do any work for them, that corporate would see that and appreciate it. And if we could grow my page to a lot of followers and get corporate's attention, they see the value in that, then maybe I could be the colonel for Kentucky Fried Chicken. The Corbin location showed me and taught me that there are franchises that care. There is great quality. They do care about their history and preserving it. So Kentucky Fried Chicken, when they invited me out, made me eat a lot of my words that I was saying when I was trying to advertise for Lee's. And I'm just so glad that they did that. It opened, one door closed, another door opened. But I want to make it clear, I don't want my followers going over there saying they did me dirty. I did it to myself because I agreed to do it. Now, was I misled? Yes. But if I had opened my eyes and wasn't so naive, I would have known, and if I listened to some of my followers, I would have avoided this entire thing. But I wouldn't have learned the lessons that I learned. So, you'll see me talk about Lee's, but you will not see me advertise for them the way that I did. Now, you notice when I talk about Kentucky Fried Chicken, I am not advertising for them or doing any customer service stuff. I will gladly promote JRN's Sanders Cafe in Corbin, Kentucky. I will proudly promote that because of what they've done for my family and what they've done for me. Them making up with me for Kentucky Fried Chicken meant the world. So, yeah, I hold nothing against Lee's. I hold nothing against Kentucky Fried Chicken. If Kentucky Fried Chicken chooses never to work with me, never to contact me on the corporate level, that's fine. I know people know my family history and I could teach it to them without any of the company's involvement. I just see the value in adding me to the companies in some way, shape, or form. I could see the marketing value. I could see the historic value. And if they choose to do that, so be it. I'm here. They know how to contact me. Even if Lee's wanted to do something with me, I'd be open to it with a contract. But I will not do free work anymore. I just wanted to make that clear for folks. This is a long video, but I wanted to make it clear, and I hope you understand.